Hi, this is Herb Halstead with RookieRev.com, and I thought I'd try something a little different today and write a video blog about something I've been thinking about a little bit lately. It's about creative release. As pastors, we get so consumed with all of the things that we have to do. There are so many things, especially in smaller churches where we may be the only guy who's doing a lot of the creative work of being in a church, from preparing bulletins to writing sermons to creating sermon art and graphics for screens and all of these things. There's so many things we do, not to mention all the other things like visiting with people and praying with them and counseling and all of the other things. There's just so much to do, and a lot of times we find ourselves just buried under the weight of it, and one day we just kind of we just kind of burst because of all the pressure. And one of the things I've discovered in my own ministry that is very important and crucial is to have some kind of creative release. Now, there are times when I just have things that I do that are not really creative, like I'll sit and watch movies. That's one of my favorite things to do, and I play video games and that kind of thing, but that's not really a creative release. You need some time to do to spend some energy on creating things that don't have to do with your ministry, don't have to do with with the church, and you sometimes forget the importance of this kind of thing because you don't want to waste time doing things that don't that you can't use later, kind of thing. But there is a need for creative release, and there are a couple of ways you can do that. One of my favorites is music. I love to play the guitar. I love to compose my own riffs and even whole songs and things like that, lyrics and stuff like that. Another of my favorites is poetry, and it's kind of a new thing that has kind of come into my life. It's not really songwriting in that you don't have to have a match of meter or rhyme or anything like that, but it's a way to get thoughts down on paper and get them out of your head, and to take thoughts that you have about things and your feelings about things and roll them out in a creative form, and you can tweak those and massage those words and pour all of that creative energy like we might do with a sermon, for instance, but in something that's very personal and introspective. That really isn't something you might share from the pulpit. It's really not something you might share from the pulpit, but it's just a way to get out of you your desire to create without the confines of a ministry application, so to speak. And I know a lot of people who write, and I have a couple of blogs that I participate in, this being one of them, and that is a creative release for me as well, being able to explore things and talk about them, and again in a way that doesn't really have any direct impact on my ministry itself. So those are my thoughts, and your ways to be creative will vary from mine, but let me just encourage you to find some way to have a creative release. And this is more than just vegging out and consuming. This is creating. We all need it, and I pray that you find some way yourself to find that creative release. Herb Halstead, Rookie Rev. Thanks.